Hello, everyone. I'm just waiting for the TikTok people to arrive and some people to come in here. Starts off a little slow. Hey, Jacqueline, how are you? All right. Baxter, don't. I am back home. Yes. Well, Baxter, don't start. You were being so good, dude. Hey, guys. Yep, y'all got the. Well, you're still here. You're still here, even if it is late in the UK. Hello, everyone on TikTok. I got YouTube going as well. Baxter, you need to stop doing this. Baxter very much missed me while I was gone, and he's being obsessive. It's coming on a little strong, a little aggressive here. Here, you can come sit. You can come sit in this chair. Here, I'll bring you a blanket over. You can come sit in this chair. Come on. There you go. Hello. Yes, I am home. I am home. What did Brooks say? Hello, everyone over on this side as well. I have I have YouTube on. 2, we can do Banfield a little bit. We'll do the thing where we let Baxter stop, dude. Where we let it get started. And come here. It's going to make you happy. This is all he wants. Hello. Yes, well, I only got a little bit of what happened in court today. I heard that it was going good, and then there was a bomb threat, so they had to evacuate everybody. This is for Alec Murdaugh's trial. And we are going to watch Banfield tonight. I'll do the same thing where we let it get a little bit ahead, and then we'll start it. He is very cute, but he is a problem. That's what he is. Yes, he is. All right. Anyways, can you stop, dude? Let's lay down. He missed me very. Hey, Emmy. So anyways, they had to evacuate the courthouse in the Murdaugh trial because of a bomb threat in the judge's chambers. So yes, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate that. Okay, you're not going to be able to sit here if you're going to be like this. He very much missed me, and he's been a problem since I've been home. He did miss me. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment on the shirt. This is not one of the shirts that he's just not going to, there we go, maybe he'll chill. So anyways, we can talk about some of the cases tonight. We can talk about after, Banfield, see what comes up there. Like I said, we'll start it just a few minutes later than it normally comes on, just so we can fast forward through the commercials, or if there's something boring. Hey, Max. No, that's what we're going to do. His name is Baxter. So anyways, we can talk about the Idaho thing that's been going on. I did a small video on it. I think I was a little late on it, so y'all probably haven't seen mine because it did go a little viral for some other creators about the fact that Brian was fired as a teaching assistant, as a TA. And anyway, so it looks like he was fired like shortly before his arrest. Okay, dude, you gotta stop. Please just lay down. Please just lay down. That would make me very happy. Just lay down. I'll pet you. So anyways, that's supposedly what happened. Supposedly his demeanor had started to change a little bit. He started getting in trouble pretty quickly for. He's the true crime mascot. He started getting in trouble pretty quickly in September, which is shortly after he even started. Was facing disciplinary action, and or at least so the story goes, right? So that's basically what kind of happened. And by the way, for anybody who wants a slower chat, or I can see your questions, I am on YouTube right now. There are only 34 people in that live. If you don't follow me on YouTube, please consider doing so, because I'm really trying to build that platform. So anyways, that's kind of what was going on there. And that was probably a little bit what was going on there. So I'm going here. Yes, I made it home today. Good day today too, though. I recorded before I left the hotel. So last night, I was actually planning on doing a very long live last night. There's a way to get to, I don't remember how to get to the comments on YouTube. I think there's like a box you check and then you can respond. But I was going to pop out like a ton of videos and just have them in waiting. But then I got I had such a mammoth headache yesterday. We have not watched Banfield. No. Has his nose been broken before? I think he did kickboxing or something. So I think I'm not really concerned about his nose being broken. I think that it had to do with kickboxing or something. It looks like it's been broken. It just happened. So that's the thing. No, we have not watched Banfield yet. We will shortly. Yes, well, that's true, Erica. Yeah, it's been crooked for a while. Anyways, the TA, but then he's also sexist. We've determined that somebody said I haven't confirmed this part, but somebody said that he graded female students differently than he graded male students. So anyways, I know Banfield's on now. I give it a few minutes to start. Actually, no, Banfield's not on now. Is Banfield on? Starts at 9, doesn't it? Start at 8 or 9. I'm confused. I don't think it's on yet. Let's see. We'll look at this. Hold on. No, it comes on at 9. It comes on at 9. Well, I don't know what you're watching now because there's a new one coming on at 9 in just a few minutes. So whatever you're watching is not a current Banfield. I'm so happy to catch up on the Murdoch trials. Case, did you hear about the bomb threat? I did. I actually talked to Emmy a little bit on the phone today on my way back from Memphis for her to fill me in a little bit, get me updated. I'm excited for. It's not on, guys. I'm telling you. So I don't know. I don't know if y'all are watching. So she just now came on. Okay, let me go look. Let me just see if I can go live here with this. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'll see if I can find it. We go to News Nation. Right now, it says there's 14 minutes left on Dan Abrams Live. If I click on it, it is the Shriners Network, so it's on. She's probably not on. Then Banfield's probably not on. Banfield's probably just on Abrams' show. So Banfield's not on. She's just on Abrams' show. This massive train wreck that happened in Ohio. A reporter for News Nation got arrested. They called it criminal trespass. They pushed him to the ground, and he won't be out till tomorrow. So that's not Banfield. That's still Dan Abrams' show. It's just Banfield guesting on it. So, yes, it is Topanga. You guys know I like my weird shirts. So, while we are waiting for all of this to happen, what questions do you guys have? What do y'all want me to answer for y'all tonight? Cuomo's been on it too? Okay. I got to find where I put there it is. No, Dan Abrams did not get arrested. I say a News Nation reporter. You guys automatically assume it's Dan Abrams. No, it's not Dan Abrams. It was just another reporter. There's Faces of JB Buno at 10. Okay, that's awesome. I'm new but curious if you had covered the Gabby. Yeah, if I've covered, anything Gabby Petito related, I talk about. You can, with 100% certainty, guarantee that I will talk about Gabby Petito if something happens. I feel like BK's professor is the format. What do you think? I do not. Yeah, it is Topanga on my shirt. I do not think that it is the professor. Was there new audio released from the Moscow case? Not that I'm sure. Not that I've heard, but I can check. That doesn't mean that it hasn't. It just means I might not have heard it yet. What do I think the prosecution is doing? Do I think the prosecution is doing well in Murdoch? No, actually, I don't. So his attorney, Dick Hartpulian, is usually a showboat. Thank you for the follow, Andrea. is usually a showboat, and he's kind of just like, anytime I've seen him, he seems like defeated on everything. So either he's like, his heart's not in it or something. I don't know, but it just doesn't seem to me like they're in it. Do I ever talk about the Delphi girls? I have not. I would, but I have not. How are we doing on? Let's see if you guys have questions. Y'all don't have any. It's not, but no, Brian Inton did not get arrested either. Brian Inton's reporting. Thank you, Laura, for the follow also. And Sherry. Why do I have so many boyfriends? I don't know. I guess I'm just irresistible like that. What do you think of the Kohberger school timeline? What do you mean, Kimberly? Give me more specifics on that. How are we doing on tickets for Rose? We've not heard anything back from them. What about the mom who killed her 3 babies, Lindsay Clancy? Yes, that's an. We can talk about that later. I don't think we have enough time right now. Did he get fired from his TA position? That is my understanding. How do we feel about the new photos that came out? Are we talking about for Gabby? Because I did a couple videos on that. If you're talking about Gabby. What am I looking at? What did they figure out with the truck info at the end? I don't. That would be a question for Emmy. I don't know, or somebody who'd been watching it. He's talking about the jail reporter right now. It does say Banfield on the corner though, doesn't it? It says breaking news. We can keep talking, or the reporter's name is Evan Lambert. I can keep talking, or I can turn it over so y'all can watch this. Banfield last night timeline. I did not see Banfield last night. I was talking to you guys. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. I appreciate it. The thing is, he's a very competent prosecutor. That's the thing. I will talk about Lindsay Clancy after this. I know Alyssa has a lot to say on it, so I'll try to get her to come on. I don't think Emmy's on the YouTube side right now. I think she's on the TikTok side. So if she comes back, yes, this is Topanga Lawrence on my shirt here for YouTube. Y'all can see it too. It is Topanga Lawrence on my shirt. It even says Topanga because I like my weird shirts. You know what? So I will tell y'all something, okay? And I'm not asking y'all to do this. I don't know if Alex is going to take the stand. I've been asked that before, and I don't know. I don't know if it's in his best interest. So I will say this: I like weird shirts. If y'all notice, I try to wear, unless I'm doing something specific, I try to wear, at least on live, some strange shirts. Oh, it's Casey Little. I wish he and I follow him. I don't know if he follows me. But I would totally do something with him. But I don't know if he's the I want to do a live with somebody kind of guy. But here's the thing. So if for those of y'all who are old enough to remember the show Home Improvement, anytime Tim Allen, this is just a little piece of trivia. Anytime Tim Allen would wear a shirt that had a college on it or school, it was because that school sent it to him. And it was just a thing that he did and he would wear it if they sent it. If anybody sends me a weird shirt, as long as it won't get me banned on TikTok, I will wear it on a live. I will tell you that right now. Tyler Doyle, we can also talk about after Banfield. But I will tell you all that. When's the last day supposed to be? It was supposed to be about a 3-week trial. I forget what day we are now. But I think, oh yeah, it wasn't on last night because of the State of the Union. Thank you. I'm a size large. But if y'all send me a weird ass shirt, I will wear it. Like this is what I would consider this. Hey, Always Sunny, Tennessee. If you're in Tennessee, you are my neighbor, and welcome and thank you for the follow. We're day 12, so we're a little less than halfway through. I would wear a UGA shirt. 13 days left. There you go. I am a size large. Yes. Thoughts on how Brian is getting along with Ann Taylor? I feel like I just made a very bad mistake by saying that, but I will do it. So how is Brian? I don't know. I think that Brian has to get along with Ann Taylor. Oh, you do? That's awesome, Katie. Yeah, I'm telling you, if y'all want to have something weird, I have not heard about that. Riri, I have to look at that. How can you send to my PO box is in my profile? If you just go, you'll see it in my profile. Banfield did a timeline of Kohberger firing from the school. I will have to look at that. I have not seen it. I know that News Nation, I saw an article. I mean, that's where I did the article from mine. So there's just so much. Have y'all heard? Let me find their name. What's their name? Y'all heard about Cynthia and Dennis Perkins? I need to make a video on these people. Y'all hear about them? Yeah, Banfield's going to be live tonight. She's actually, looks like she's on now, but they're talking about this, the reporter. Oh, Evan Lambert. That's who you're talking about. Evan Lambert. Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm seeing that back there. Sorry, it just didn't click. Okay, so I need to do something on this. So there is a couple. I'm gonna throw it up so that people can see it on YouTube. Give me a second, then I'll talk to you guys about it too. Give me 1 second. Y'all need to see this. This is what Bunny Sue gave me this information. I'm like, I need to do a video on this. There's not really going to be a trial. Here it is. So this is one of them. Okay, so basically, you had a deputy by the name of Dennis Perkins and his wife, Cynthia Perkins. Thank you for the follow. And I think that he might have been putting stuff in pastries as well. Yeah, I think that was part of it with his teacher. Yep, that's exactly. It was cupcakes to junior high students. Okay, so I will have to be careful how I word this. Y'all can read it here yourself, this paragraph on YouTube. I'll be careful how I word this. Yes, I'm going to stream. Yeah. Yes, Banfield is going to stream. So this is a person. The husband was a deputy, a police officer, and the wife was an elementary or junior high school teacher. Junior high, I guess. And they got accused, well, they pled guilty too, involving crimes against children. So, trigger warning. It generated criminal charges ranging from rape, thank you, TikTok, to child abuse material, to video voyeurism, and here's how it's worded, inserting bodily fluids onto cupcakes to serve to junior high students. So, yeah, we're going to be doing a video on that at some point. Yeah, I like it too, Amber, because I can throw this stuff up and y'all can see it. Yeah, it's a real problem. And so he got literally 100 years in prison. Oh, thank you, Goldie. He got 100 years in prison, and the wife got 41 years. But it's just absolutely disgusting. They faced a total of 150 felony charges. They pled guilty, resulted in charges sentenced, 41 years in prison to deal contingent upon her testifying. So the wife got 41 years, which was a deal for testifying against her husband. Then another woman got a life sentence last year after a jury found her guilty of helping the former deputy rape and film an unconscious woman in 2014. His trial on 78 counts good God. The state, apparently he had 700 to 800,000 digital files. I haven't even gone this far into this. So he had again, trigger warning, second degree rape for TikTok purposes, 2 counts of SA battery of a child under the age of 13, video voyeurism, 2 counts of production of child abuse material, mingling of harmful substances. The mingling pertains to the accusation that he contaminated pastries his former wife served to students. And then his other charges were dismissed as part of the plea agreement. So there we go. That's what we're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about the Murdaugh trial. Yeah, a little bit. I need to get myself a little bit caught up. I think that it was very interesting that they had a bomb threat today. But yeah, that's a story that I think I'm going to talk about that. So you're 40 minutes away. Yeah, it's interesting, Kelly. Yeah, I haven't heard that podcast, but where is Livingston Parish? Is that Louisiana? Where is that? I don't even know where that is. I can Google it. Hold on. If it is Louisiana, okay, that tracks. That makes sense. Bomb threat was interesting. Yeah, for sure. Do you know anything about the death of Jennifer Brown Montgomery? I do not. I've got a lot of things I need to sift through, but if there is something that you want me to cover, you can go into thank you for the gifts, Kay. You can go into the link tree in my profile, and there's a jot form, and you can just submit something, and it's totally anonymous. I should have made it where people can put their information in if they want or who they are. If you want to, I guess you can put it, free type it, but you can submit something if you want me to look at it and cover it. I can't promise you that I will, because I do have a lot and depends on what comes up, but I can try to do my best, is what I can tell you. So thank you for the follow. If it's buffering bad for you, go out and come back in. That usually will help fix it. I did while I was in the hotel, though. So last night I had a massive headache before I got on live, and I still had a little one. And then today it's like a little bit just right here. It's not terrible. But before I left the hotel, I did pre-record a ton of clapback videos, since y'all like my clapback videos. So just so y'all know, I've already posted 2 of them. There's more to come. I am going to cover the Nicola Bully case. I am going to do that. Well, hello, Alf. We will be watching Banfield shortly. It'll start in a minute. I'll give it about 10 minutes to catch up, and then we will start it. That way we can fast forward things if we are not interested. Yeah, between him being a law enforcement, the fact is that they were a teacher. Actually, we did not enjoy the concert. We left early. It was terrible. The first part that we showed you guys was good, was the best of it, and then it got real bad. So anyways, let me stop sharing on here. There we go. Tyler Doyle was the guy who fell overboard in Myrtle Beach. Duck Hunter, he is probably in the swamp. I'm thinking about getting Ed Sheeran tickets. We saw the show that we saw. Like I said, we will watch Banfield here shortly, guys. We saw a show called My 2000s Mixtape, and it was supposed to. It started out with Yin Yang Twins, which was really, really strong. Okay, Banfield is officially on, so I'll give it a few minutes to pop up. I am on YouTube right now as well. I am right now on YouTube too. And if you don't follow me on YouTube, please follow me there, because I'm really trying hard. And once I reach certain milestones, specifically on YouTube and Instagram, I'm going to do some awesome giveaways that I will not be doing on TikTok. So, so if you want to win one of those giveaways, and one of the giveaways that I'm toying with on how to do it might be a weekend at one of our cabins in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg. So just saying. Nice. You look nice for you. Nope, I pick my own clothes out. Thank you, though. Alyssa, well, I'll ask her for advice sometimes, but I dress myself. Back in the early 2000s, I was what people called Metro back then. So I used to have very good taste in dressing. Now I still kind of do, but I'm older now, so it's harder to try as hard. Anyways, but this concert that we saw was it was supposed to be Nelly, Fat Joe, Fabulous, Mike Jones, Ashanti, Yin Yang. So, but yeah. Yep, Alpha's back. So that's going to be one thing. So like I said, follow me on, thank you for following me here. Thank you for the follows. But yeah, follow me on Instagram and YouTube. And like I said, once I get to certain milestones, which I will get to eventually, I'm going to do some kind of a cool giveaway. So yeah, early 2000s greats for sure. And it was supposed to be great. Oh yeah, Ja Rule was there too. We left before they even came on. It was just, like I said, the concert was so bad. Like the problem with rap, I've been to a couple rap concerts like this before, is one is it's like not the good part, like good part of Spring Break. They're only talking, by the way, about Evan Lambert on News Nation. Apparently he's going to be released from jail tonight. They originally said it was going to be till tomorrow. I don't have any. No, I don't think there are any cabins around Nashville, but no, I don't have anything around Nashville. I do have a friend of mine who has an Airbnb in East Nashville, but that's it. So, I didn't see the OnStar details, but the bomb thread I thought was interesting for regard to Murdoch. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate it. Hey, Rebecca, I'm good. So, anyways, yeah. You're going to make me sign up on YouTube. Well, good. I'm glad, because that's where I need followers on YouTube. and I need followers on Instagram. So please, I'm not against bribing y'all. I'm not against. I'm gonna go see where I'm at. We'll see how this live goes. Let me look. Switch to that. Okay, I'm just gonna look real quick. I can't figure out how to work Instagram on the computer. I've never done Instagram on the computer. Oh, I did want to talk about the Aiden Fucci thing too at some point. Okay, I have no idea how to work this. I did get a follower a minute ago on there, so thank you. Okay, I'm gonna check the YouTube now. Anyways, why exactly was Evan Lambert? Okay, so why was Evan Lambert arrested? That was the question. So for those of y'all, it is Topanga. Why was Evan Lambert arrested? Well, okay, so he is for those of you who don't know who he is, let's start there. He is a News Nation reporter who was covering. There's a train story, like a train derailed, and I think that's going to actually become a very big story. It's based on what I know about it. But I digress. He was apparently trying to film it. There was some issue with the cops. They told him to stop, and then they ended up pushing him on the ground, arresting him, and putting him in the cop car and took him to jail, which I don't know enough, but I think it almost seems like they interfered with freedom of the press on that. Yeah, it's in Ohio. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Because I want to talk to you about this, but I want to speak intelligently, so I want to make sure I know my stuff correctly. Yeah, I mean, people aren't even allowed to go home. Okay. I'm going to pull up the article here for you guys on YouTube. I will tell you guys about it here. Okay. The governor wanted to speak. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is actually big. So in Ohio, where was it? It was I don't know exactly where in Ohio yet. I'll look if I can tell. Okay. It was in East Palestine. I think they don't call it. It's spelled like Palestine, but I think they call it Palestine. Correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. Near the Pennsylvania border. So basically, what happened is there were 5 train cars that derailed. But here's the thing: they contained a very toxic and very explosive chemical called vinyl chloride. The cars were on fire, and they were expected to possibly explode. But okay, so here's something that I do know about at least not that I've seen in this article yet. This chemical has seeped so far into the ground that like now the nearby river, all the fish are dead. Like this stuff could contaminate, like whatever it is, could contaminate the area to like a Chernobyl type situation where you just can't be there. So the train was partially derailed on Friday. It had more than 100 cars, 20 of those carrying hazardous materials. There were no reports of significant injuries. All the residents in the area were ordered to evacuate. It's not clear if they were able to return home yet. The EPA, in conjunction with the area's fire department and Norfolk Southern Railroad, are going to have to determine that it's safe for the residents to return to their homes. And then one of them said, quite frankly, when I feel like it's safe for my family to return, we'll lift that evacuation order. So then it burned for about 3 days, and about 3 days of anxiety about a potentially deadly explosion culminated in a loud boom Monday when crews started the controlled release of vinyl chloride into a pit to burn it away. A large plume of black smoke shot up toward the sky. Detonation went perfect. So they're already to the point where the cars became safe. So the chemical, it's a man-made chemical used to make PVC, and it burns easily at room temperature. It can cause dizziness, sleepiness, and headaches, and has been linked to increased risk of cancer in the liver, brain, lungs, and blood. So and it goes on to a little bit more, but that's kind of what's going on. So yeah, that happened in Ohio. And the thing is, I didn't hear about it till today, and it happened like 5 days ago. So I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. There we go. So yeah, it is chill. There's a lot less people over here. That's why it's on the YouTube side. It's a lot less people. So I am getting some follows though, so I appreciate you guys over there. Yeah, they shouldn't have stopped him. It's kind of a mess. It kind of messes up freedom of the press a little bit, I think. I don't agree with what they did. So, okay, there we go. I've not gotten any new followers on Insta yet, but I have gotten some on YouTube, so I appreciate it, y'all. And yep, I'm wearing a Topanga shirt. Like I said earlier, if y'all, my PO box is in my profile. I'm size large. If y'all want to send me a weird shirt that will not get me banned, I will wear it. Hey, Becca. I'm trying to go back and forth. I flip back and forth between the two of y'all. So they're still talking about the reporter that was arrested. I'm guessing most of y'all probably don't want to hear about that for a while. So I am watching it behind us, and if it does get to a point where it's worth watching, I will definitely 1,000% flip it around. So I wanted to let you know I haven't forgotten about Banfield. I'm just telling you it's not anything good. Well, that's awesome, Alf. In Michigan, it was on the news today. It happened. Okay, it was on for y'all. Yeah, no, I know that nobody can go home, and I heard that the, did I say arrested? Did I say stressed? I'm in arrested if I did. He got why? Oh, I got sidetracked. Is why he was arrested. Basically, he was trying to film in this background area of where the cars were. The police told him to stop. Governor was trying to speak. He didn't stop, and they arrested him. Thank you, guys. They can go home now. I haven't seen that yet. Okay, well, that's good then. Evacuation was lifted today. Okay, I hadn't seen that. So, okay, that's good. So it's a slow news night if the news is reporting on the news. Yeah, that's true. The news is reporting on the news. Is what's going on. Yes, Banfield was the show to watch when Idaho was going on. I mean, they cover a lot of good stuff. But like right now, they're talking about one of their reporters got arrested. So that's what they're talking about. So we can talk about whatever y'all want. What's my Insta? It's the same name as here. It is Danielle Official, but it's Topanga. Look, Emily, it says Topanga. See? But it's Justin on TikTok, but spelled normally. Would the news channel pay for his legal fees? Probably. But I don't think we got this at Five Below. Got it at Five Below. And I love weird shirts, guys. I'm telling y'all, I will wear them. I will. What happened with the Walsh case? Nothing. There's not really been any updates on it. I don't think they found anything else at this point. He's still in jail. I don't know what happened with the kids at this point. No, he did not bail out. He did not bail out. Oh, man, I would totally rock. I'm going to turn my brightness up. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I messed myself up. Sorry, I had to turn my brightness up and it just messed everything. I saw, Michelle, that you sent me an email, but I have not read it yet. It's still unread because I just got home a few hours ago. Not gonna lie, you had a girl crush on Topanga. That's cool. I'm here for it. I do need a Kelly. I would totally rock a Kelly Kapowski shirt. You know what we could maybe do though? Let me see. I have an idea. Let me just, y'all don't go anywhere. Don't leave me. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna look at something. See if I can make something happen. Bear with me. I'm just curious. I feel like we should all watch My Cousin Vinny. Where can I watch this? Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm trying to find y'all something on the Murdoch murders real quick that I can. No, too far. Hold on. Can I watch this one? I can't watch Low Country because that's a Max original. I don't have that. There's a Nancy Grace one. I don't know if I can do that. Let's see if we can do this one. No providers. Fantastic. Okay. Y'all, I cannot find any place that is good to show y'all this. Okay. Well, let me check HBO real quick. See if I might be lucky enough to have it in here. I don't think I do. I'm trying to do so we could watch something on the Murdoch murders. And then, if not, y'all are just going to have to talk to me. Yeah, one's coming out on Netflix. I heard that, but it's not out yet. I told people not to leave, and they left anyways. How dare they? What's the Walsh case? Reporter was arrested because police are jerks. I mean, basically, that's what it was. He was filming something. They didn't want him to film it. And I didn't want to film it while the governor was speaking or something like that, and they arrested him. I think that it's freedom of the press, First Amendment violation, if you ask me. What's the Walsh case? Anna Walsh, she disappeared. Her husband did a lot of inappropriate Google search. I never thought that Tiffany Amber Thiessen was on 90210. Oh, she was on 90210? I didn't know. Okay, she was on. I did not know that, actually. I have a playlist, Hal Pal, called The Murdoch Murders. I would just encourage you to go there and go start the first video for a little bit of a catch up because it is just so much to explain. But that's what I was going to try to find something here where we could watch it. So it's South Carolina case, though. Clancy case is interesting. Let's talk about Clancy because y'all asked about that earlier, and I don't know if we're doing Banfield because they're literally just talking about the person that was arrested. Let me see if, hold on. I'm going to invite her on for this. See what she does. You can find my playlist in the. So Tyler Doyle, I'm looking that up. I don't know really anything about it. I just looked him up a little bit. It looks like he vanished after possibly falling overboard. And if that's the case, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If that's the case, it's incredibly tragic. But if he fell overboard in rough waters, he is. I talked to Rose today. There's nothing really. Unfortunately, there's not really a case there because he's gone. I mean, if you fell over in that, he's gone. So yeah, there's not really anything to really talk about on that. Is what I will say. Like, I'm not trying to be rude about it. That's unfortunately the reality of those situations, especially when it's been this long, especially when it's in rough waters. So, the Lindsay Clancy thing, though. So I'm sure if y'all have been following Lindsay Clancy, let me give you guys, just for those of y'all who aren't familiar with the case, because there are sometimes people in here that aren't. My YouTube is the same name as here. It's Justin on TikToks. You can also get through my link tree in my profile. If you click on the link tree, the very first link or first link, I think, is first or second is my YouTube also, but it's Justin on TikTok, same name. Something he disappeared on purpose and is hiding. So there's always conspiracy theories with these things. Always. There was conspiracy theories with Gabby Petito. There's been with Brian Kohberger and the Murdoch murders. There's been with a lot of things. There are certain cases where I get why people want the attention and situations, and I think that it's important. But when the situation is very likely a lost cause, which I believe that that's what it is, and I'm not trying to sound mean about it, that, when the evidence is there, or the easy determination logic is there. He fell over a boat in rough waters. So actually, I'm going to come back and talk about that in a second, Jan, what you just said. But there's making videos on it. take away from videos of things that we could be talking about, that people that might still be out there, such as like Nicola Bully. So yeah, it's a recovery at this point, not a rescue, and it's very sad and it's very tragic. Jan just said 15 years ago. Evan Lambert's been released from jail, guys. 15 years ago, the same thing happened to a family member of mine. His body was never found. We had the same thing happen too in our family long before I was born. We had a family member, my grandfather, my maternal grandfather's sister's husband. So I guess he was a great uncle to me. They were all from Miami. His boat went missing in the Bermuda Triangle, and they never found anything. So, like I said, it becomes a recovery issue at that point. And it's kind of like the other thing, too. I've gotten a lot of, and I'll go ahead and address this because a lot of people have asked me about it, too. And then we're going to switch back to Lindsay Clancy in a second. Evan Lambert's a reporter that got arrested today. So, hold on, I'm trying to do this. Like, there's the stupid, yeah, they're still talking about it on here. There's the stupid flipper. A lot of people have messaged me about Stupid Flipper, which is a screen name. It's a moniker for social media of these kids who their dad is supposedly an abuser. Their kids barricade themselves in the room because the judge is ordering them to go back. And I haven't done anything about that because when a judge has made that order, there is literally nothing that you can do. Nothing. So my point to that is, that we try to do videos on things that we can help. So I will be doing, things like awareness, like, we tell the stories of certain things and cases, of course, that people are interested in, like, Gabby Petito, there's a lot of interest. Moscow, Idaho, there's a lot of interest. Lindsay Clancy right now, there's a lot of interest. Anna Walsh, there was Murdoch. And those are covering cases. But when we do like missing people or situations where there are people that are in, imminent need of help, I have no problem doing that. But here's the thing, though, and I'm gonna maybe have an unpopular opinion on this, okay, Rhonda. So here's the thing. I don't know anything about the Stupid Flipper situation other than what has been told on social media, and that is one side of the story. Okay, you have to kind of, not that judges are perfect, because they sure as hell aren't, and there are some really bad judges, and I don't know if the judge in this case is a really bad judge or not, but I want y'all to think about what I'm going to say here for a second, okay? And without getting into too many details, if you guys don't know about the case, don't ask me. I'm not going to answer any questions about this case. But for those of y'all who do know this case that I'm about to mention, the Shane case, okay? Yeah, remember the Shane. For those of y'all who were involved, I know there's some people in here who were. But if the judge knew that, that's kind of the thing. Like I'd have to know a lot more information, because I can't imagine that a judge would send somebody back to somebody who was being abused, especially a father. Yeah, exactly. That's the same Shane, and it turned out to not be what we thought. So, but you've heard one side of it. That's the thing. Just like we heard one side with Shane McLaughlin. So I don't know. I don't know the situation. I could be speaking very ignorantly, but I'm just saying that I don't know both sides of the situation. Last time, the Shane situation got very, very messy, and I just can't. I mean, again, if there's a situation, then I will, but yeah, nothing new with Idaho. There are a few other things. The news is literally reporting on the news. I'm going to grab a drink right over there. I'll be back in 1 second, and we will continue the discussion. We will switch to Lindsay Clancy, and we will have a conversation about that. I restocked this with new beer, so it should be good. And I'm going to get me some Mike and Ike's. There we go. Okay, let's talk about Lindsay Clancy. All right, I got some candy, so it's going to get real. Lindsay Clancy. Here's what I've noticed on social media in the last day or so. It's not actually Banfield on my shirt. If you don't know who this is, you're too young. Well, I don't mind covering stuff about, even if I get interested in things and I want to be helpful. There's just a lot of, there's a lot of things to cover, I guess. But anyways, it is not Candace Cameron. Okay. So anyways, let's talk about Lindsay Clancy before I get distracted again. I'm going to not look at y'all, because if I look at y'all, I'm going to get distracted. So our social media has gone from a point with Lindsay Clancy of, I'm looking, of where people were very much about her mental health. And even though it did not excuse what she did, because it sure as hell does not excuse what she did, she needs to be punished for it. Although more than likely punishment is what she's going to have to wake up every day and realize that she did. But she deserves to be incarcerated, whether that be in a mental facility or a prison, because it's not an excuse. So now that I've said that, people went from having a discussion about the importance of mental health to, I do not think it was planned at all. What happened? Well, in fact, I would bet everything that I own that it was not planned. Everybody went from the mental health discussion. What you had in Massachusetts is you had a prosecutor who was to do their job. Look, when people will see something, because as a country, as a people, we want people to be guilty. I know I'm looking. We want people to be guilty. Okay? The prosecutor did her job. When we watched Johnny Depp, we wanted Amber Heard to be guilty. When we watch Moscow, we want Kohberger to be guilty. When you watch, people just want people to be guilty. That's just what it is. Okay? When you see Ann Taylor talk on this case, when we get to June, her job is to make Brian Kohberger look and appear innocent. That is her job. Gabby Petito, the laundries are guilty, but yes, you want people to be guilty. You want people to be accountable, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. What Lindsay Clancy did was wrong. Okay, she was denied mental health. She was on a ton of medications, at least one of which was an antipsychotic. Let me tell you something: you don't get prescribed antipsychotics for funsies. So, well, thank you, Blues. We absolutely, when you're respectful, I have no problem having a debate. Nothing really big with the laundry case right now. We're still waiting on it, but believe me, you can rest assured, if you are interested in Gabby Petito and you don't follow me, you need to, because I guarantee you there will be nobody on this app more passionate about that case than me, and will not know who will keep you updated. I can promise you with 100% certainty of that. What's my thoughts on China wanting the balloon? They can wish in one hand. I don't have a favorite color, Mike and X. I like them all. I don't have a favorite color. So, but anyways, I'm eating Mike and Ike's, which is very healthy. But I'm downing it with beer. But I'm just saying, I'm not trying to give her grace. What she did was wrong. What she did was wrong. And again, but I'm still saying that there is a mental issue problem in this country. Even if it wasn't, I mean, even Brian Kohberger is a mental issue. This is a man. Here's a really good example. I wish Alyssa. Let me try to get her on here, because her and I were talking about this. Please come on. I know you're cleaning. I will come help you clean. I want to talk because I don't want to take your credit on what she said. I'm gonna try to get her to come on. Y'all are gonna really want to hear this, so I can get her to come on. Yay.
We're picking up toys. What's up?
I want you on because we were talking about Lindsay Clancy, and I didn't want to steal. I was about to steal everything you said tonight. Your picture went away. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. I didn't want to steal everything that you said tonight because I was going to make it my own. But it's not my own. So what we were talking about is this problem with Lindsay Clancy. We talked about, I'm sure if you were in here, you heard me say, how the prosecution did their job, and they did a phenomenal job. We want people to be guilty. She did something heinous. She deserves to be punished, incarcerated, whether it's in a prison or a mental institution, whichever the case is. But we also know that we have a mental health problem here too. But then you're talking about psychosis, right? This is why I wanted you to come on, because we were talking about this earlier. So when you're talking about psychosis, okay, it's not like you're constantly walking out in a state of psychosis. You can snap it. You can be in it for moments, just enough to do horrible things. Think about somebody like Brian Kohberger. This is somebody who for you said it. You say it. 28 years. Go ahead. What were we talking about earlier?
I don't remember exactly what I said, but yeah, for 20, we're gonna assume 28 years of his life. Let's say 18 of those were where he was having all these issues. I mean, he walked around. I mean, he might have seemed a little different to most, but nobody was saying, "Oh my God, this guy's gonna be this horrible murderer." I mean, he had massive mental health issues, as we're finding out now, for years and years and years, that went untreated. And yeah, something snapped in him. Now it's different because he obviously planned out, this mass murder that he allegedly committed. But the next day, when he was out doing whatever he was doing, no one knew. I think people think when they think psychosis, you're just like running around acting like schizophrenic or something.
Or like a raving lunatic.
You could be in psychosis and still act like everyone else and look like everyone else. Maybe you're slightly different, maybe you're not. It's who's to say she wasn't in this state of psychosis and planning all of this, then acting as if she was on her best behavior. Allegedly she heard a voice that said, "This is your last chance." I don't know. And I'm not saying that I'm 100% on her side, but what I'm saying is, a week ago, we're all in tears talking about how much support moms need and how this is a real issue. And then one prosecutor, does their job. And now,
good prosecutor.
like I said earlier, it makes me think of that scene in Monty Python when they're like, burn her, burn her. Like, that's what's going on right now. People just flip a switch because they're like, oh, well, they had really good points and I can't think for myself, so I'm going to believe them. And it's just like, we haven't even heard her defense yet. And we know what she did was bad. It was real, real, real bad.
Heinous.
And I'm not excusing that at all. It was the absolute, one of the worst crimes you could commit. And this woman had a very long history of what appeared to be a loving mother and a good, labor and delivery nurse. And she clearly had issues. She was inpatient twice. She had a list of medications a mile long. It doesn't take, you can have one brain cell and realize that she had a mood disorder.
Hold on 1 second, Alyssa. I just want to answer somebody. I have Banfield pulled up. They have literally all night been talking about one reporter who got out of jail. That is all they're talking about. So if it turns into something better, I will flip it over. But literally, it has been this reporter all night, and he just got out of jail. So I guarantee you, he did get out of jail, by the way, Alyssa. So he is literally on the screen right now talking about his experience in jail, and I think that is going to be the rest of Banfield for tonight. Go ahead, continue.
It's just a spiel. I just feel like everybody's so quick to flip the switch because a prosecutor did their job. Where's the outpouring for mental health? There are other people going through this right now who are going to see this and say, well, no one's going to believe me anyway. Look what happened to her. You have women who have cut off their hands during postpartum psychosis because of the fear of what they might do to them, their kids. It's a real thing. And like I said last night on live, it's not like the flu. It's not like fever leads to sore throat, leads to coughing, leads to pneumonia, it's not like that. It's silent. It can look like everyone else and something can happen and no one will know. It just breaks in your brain. And anyway, it just sucks, man. It's just so, just sucks. my heart breaks for that entire family because they are going through. I honestly cannot imagine a worse tragedy. It's horrible.
The reporter story is boring and not interesting. Reporter got arrested reporting on a train thing. It's boring. I'm telling you. You're not interested in it, I promise you. I'm not interested in it. So y'all aren't interested in it either. I promise you it's boring. It's nothing exciting. Here's the thing. She did something really bad. She needs to be punished for it. Nobody is arguing that. At all. Okay? But there's a big, if she had gotten the help that she needed, it might have been a different story.
Yeah, if she would have, I just don't even understand. Like, there's people denying that she had a mental health issue, and like, what mental gymnastics did you take to get there? Like, do people think you can go to Walgreens and buy antipsychotics? Like, is that seriously how backwards we are as mental health in the United States? Is people don't realize that those are prescribed medications? Like, you have to have a disorder to get those.
They're serious. I mean, they're serious medications.
Serious medications. Like, wasn't she on like Lamictal? I mean, there's a whole list. So I don't know. That's the part that, like, when I see that in comment sections, it just infuriates me.
Yeah, and she did slit her wrist and jump out a window as well.
Yeah. And why would she go to inpatient and intensive therapy and leave her job and do all of this if she wasn't sick and she wasn't trying to get better? I mean, even what her mom had commented, and, I'm glad you're doing better. To me, that says that, hey, you've been sick. Like, people are trying to deny she was ever ill. And the thing is like, people like me who feel this way, we're not saying that we don't want her or her family to get justice. That's not it. What we're trying to do is bring awareness to mental health so this doesn't happen again. Because women and people who give birth need to be heard. And it's even outside of that. The whole mental health, illness, like, across the board, but specifically right now, talking about people who give birth and what happens after. It's just like you're thrown out to the wolves with this newborn baby and no one is there to help you, and it sucks. Like, they feel so alone, and I don't know, it just makes me think this story could have turned out differently with better resources.
And on top of that, there's not enough maternity and paternity time in the US either, to take also, like, for a lot of people, they might have a baby and the mom can stay home for a little while, the dad has to go straight back to work. So it's really tragic. And somebody's Emmy just said here, Lindsay Clancy went to McLean Hospital inpatient from January 1st to 5th and was in an outpatient treatment program as well. So look, there are two issues in this that we have, and I think in this country and possibly in other parts of the world too, that people who live in other countries can answer this. But two of the big issues that we have that need more awareness that typically, a lot of times are silent, are mental health issues and domestic violence, domestic abuse. And we talk about that because of the photo that came out about, Gabby's family chose to share that photo for a reason, right? And I would imagine it is to, I don't know this. I didn't ask them, so I don't know this to be true, but I would imagine that that they did it to help raise awareness and show, like, hey, you should get out if it helps one person get out.
But here's the thing, Justin. I feel like there's the people who think that Gabby was the problem. There's probably like a Venn diagram here of people who think she was the problem because we've seen them in your lives. How many people have came out and said, oh, she was the abuser? Like, some people's brains can just not comprehend beyond, like, one thought. Like, we talked about this today. It is shocking the amount of people who cannot critically think.
Yeah, that's true. And we're not saying anybody in our live, by the way.
No. We're not talking about anybody in here. This is just a conversation of the world in general. When I meant the comment section, I meant back when the Gabby case was really, really.
When it was new.
Yeah, people would say that she was the abuser. And we were like, what? How do you gather that? But my point is there's some people that I think can only see one thing at a time. And they see, oh, the cop said that she hit Brian, so she's the abuser. And they never think critically after that. It just ends. The train stops there. And they just don't think it through further. And I kind of think that's what we're seeing here is they're like, oh, well, the prosecutor said, well, the prosecutor's doing their job.
Well, it's like George Carlin said, think about how stupid the average person is. And remember that half of them are stupider than that.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. It just sucks. Like, it just sucks.
You don't have to have compassion for her. You don't. It's a horrible thing. Your feelings are justified. What she did was terrible. The issue, the compassion should be, even if it's not for her directly, the compassion should be, she should have gotten them. She should have had access, to the mental health. Will I ever be able to tell us about your conversation with Gabby's dad? I don't know. Right now, he, obviously I want to respect what he says and that trust. But if it gets to a point where we can, or their fight is done and I can have that conversation, then I will. That's the best I can answer that for right now. Alyssa knows what my conversation with him was about, though, for what that's worth to y'all.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and so a couple of really good comments came across. Caldwell Cutie, you're right. They don't know mental health. And I think that's going to be a struggle in this case. They're going to need experts to talk about it. Because just kind of listening to some of the conversation, and even when they were like setting her bail up, they didn't set bail, they left her in the hospital. But it's very apparent they don't have a lot of background in this. So I think it'll be interesting to see if they bring in experts and what that's going to look like. And then somebody else said something. Let me see if I can find it. Diane had a really great comment. I think I lost it. I can't find it now.
Diane, if you see it, if you say it, ask it again. I was asking a question about Turkey and Syria, and I'm trying to answer that over on YouTube real quick while you're talking there.
Gosh, another horrible thing. I did you see the video I sent you about the newborn baby?
No, I saw the one about the puppies.
There was a newborn baby. I saw this on TikTok. Some of you all might have seen it too. That was still attached to its mother and found alive. The baby was found alive in the rubble, so they got the baby to a hospital. But oh my gosh, none of the baby's immediate family was still alive, but just so tragic.
Yeah, the earthquake was terrible. The earthquake was absolutely terrible. It might be. Have y'all heard about the fact that the Earth's core might start changing directions? Have y'all heard about this? It was the weirdest video. So.
Dina, I totally get that. I couldn't take breaks from true crime before.
Me too.
Honestly, the Lindsay case, I've just now gotten back into. I took like a 2-week hiatus. I just couldn't anymore. And the same with like the Idaho 4. That one really bothered me. I was getting to the point where I couldn't sleep at night.
Yeah. Thank you for the follow. So for those of y'all who are saying no, basically there was a scientist talking about like that we know little to nothing about the Earth's core, and that it was getting ready to change directions, and that could be either nothing or it could be catastrophic. It's one of those two. So we don't know, but people are talking about the earthquakes. There was a little earthquake in Chattanooga around that time too. There was one. Somebody just said there was one in Buffalo, New York. So I think there was a bunch of little ones. Buffalo
was like a 3.8, I think.
Yeah. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what the solution is. Yes, it is a Topanga shirt. Thank you guys for noticing. I've
I
like I said,
know
huh?
it was. I know what it was now. Because you said I don't know what the solution is. Somebody earlier said there are still people in the world who think mental health is a choice, and such a great statement. I know some of those people personally, and they think if you're literally what has been said to me, even when I was a teenager and having my own issues, was if you're sad, find out what's making you sad and stop doing that and then be happy. Like, that was like the mental health talk. So there are still people who just believe it and they don't realize it's an actual chemical imbalance in your brain.
Yeah. It's yeah. Well, that's something that we still don't know a lot about either is the brain. So, you know, it's like the core of the earth, apparently. We don't know anything about that either.
That's pretty scary.
We know nothing about it. Anyways, it's sad. It's all of it's sad, you know, and I mean, there's so many. The thing about it too is I think that, you know, for the longest time, people just accepted people the way that they were. Or they just shot them. You know, if you go way back, they would just, you know, kill people. But I think that now you have so much, you know, mental health has become a science, and I think there's so much. Even though there's not a ton of understanding, the brain is still something that there really is not a lot of understanding about. But there is more science, more understanding about mental health problems. And it's just a matter of raising awareness and getting people the resources that they need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Awareness, resources, take away the stigma. You know, I can think of also being told, like, oh, don't ever see a therapist. That will go on your permanent record.
Didn't your mom tell you that at one point?
Yes.
That's where that came from. Yes. Don't go see a therapist. It'll go on your what is this permanent record?
What is a permanent record? I guess like your health record.
I did not know people had little.
I'm happy that was a long time ago. And
somebody said my mom told me that too. Insurance, you know, here's the thing about, I want to talk about insurance companies. What?
Me?
Yeah, what are you laughing at? Emmy's dad said that to her too, she said.
There must have been a campaign that went on back in like when our parents were young, because so many older people think that.
Yeah. But yeah, insurance companies are a big problem. So when I sold insulin pumps a very long time ago, I used to fight with insurance companies to get people like insulin pumps or continuous glucose monitoring. And you had people denying these medically necessary treatments and therapies because they have a high school degree, which again, nothing wrong with that, but they're not a medical doctor. And the fact that you have people who aren't medical doctors trying to make decisions for patients who they don't see based on, you know, instead of what the doctor thinks is what's best for them based on the fact that they're a doctor's patient, it's just mind blowing to me. It baffles me. And I had to fight so many of them to get things approved. I always found clever ways to get things approved. And we did do it, but it was not the way it should have been.
Well, even adding to that, like, where does an insurance company really, you know, get the audacity to come in and say, oh, well, your doctor prescribed this and you really need this, but we don't think so.
You need to find a generic.
Like, what? I can't tell you how many times that has happened. Like, I get really bad migraines and I have to fight for stuff. Like, fight. And they're like, oh, have you tried Tylenol? Like, yeah. I mean, not really. They don't say Tylenol. It's just a joke. But it's crazy. And I think about Victoria when she was, you know, in the NICU and the things we had to fight for when she came home. I mean,
if any of y'all have had, well, fight for when she got home, fight for when she was in the NICU too. if any of y'all have ever had a child in the NICU, you know how tough that is. And if you had one in there for any period of time, you know that advocating for your child is it's challenging.
It is. That's an experience I wouldn't wish on. And that's another thing. The NICU. I mean, any parent after birth can go through issues, but why there aren't like more counselors and things on site for NICU? You know, we have lactation consultants there. There should be like once a week somebody coming in and being like, hey, like let me talk to the moms and dads, because that is such an emotionally draining experience. And there's so many things with like bonding that can go on in the NICU. It seems like that would be a really proactive thing we could do as a society, you know, start somewhere.
Yeah. Well, on the YouTube side, one of the people in there said they have a baby in the NICU right now. It's tough.
I'm so sorry you're going through that. I wouldn't wish 1 minute in the NICU on anyone. It is just I'm obviously very thankful for NICUs. NICU nurses are angels, and neonatologists have to be some of the most intelligent people on the planet. But I still hope you never have to.
Do you see what Kelsey just said?
No, I'm cleaning. I'm not really reading
look.
comments. Let me look. I'm going. I finally got to take oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
congratulations.
Like
it's a very good feeling.
That's so amazing.
That is. I'm going back and forth. But anyway, it's a challenge, guys, and it sucks. So people have a lot of interest in Nicola Bully.
I told you I was going to do a video. I was actually going to do a video today. And then I remembered real life and all this other fun stuff, and I haven't had time. But Justin, you should definitely talk about this case. It's interesting.
Yeah.
This woman has disappeared.
Yeah. She was in the NICU for 43 days.
43 days, and then directly after discharge, we got readmitted to another hospital for about 2 weeks in total. I like to always, that qualifies to me because we were barely out. And honestly, that was probably scarier than the NICU was the readmit.
Well, the 911 call when she turned blue.
Well, yeah, and everything that happened after that was, it made you not even want to feed her. It was terrifying.
We did step down. Yeah, we did step down. Oh, thank you for the follow.
Yeah, we went from intensive care. So she had like 3 levels when she was born at 29 weeks, and she was in the like intensive, like the back. And then she kind of moved through. Once we got to step down, it moved pretty quick.
Yeah, it did. It's tough. It's tough. Who do you complain to if you have a bad experience in the ER by a nurse? The charge nurse. You talk to the charge nurse. And if that doesn't work, you ask for somebody else. You ask for the head of the department. But charge nurse is a good place to start. 2 days NICU and 10 days and step down. It's tough. Thank you for the follow, Jennifer. So yeah, you should have done a Nicholas Bully story.
I should have, but when have I had a second all day? I'm still going as we speak.
I know. It's hard.
It never stops.
No, it doesn't stop. So anyways. Well, Banfield is pretty much over, and it's on commercial right now, but they have still been talking about the reporter. You didn't think you were 20 days double. It was terrible. And the thing is, they let Alyssa stay in the hospital the maximum amount of time, which was 3 days, and it wasn't enough. And so it was 5 days. So she was in 5 days, and she had so trigger warning, guys. Like So she had, we'll talk about this real quick. And for women, we'll probably know more than men on this, but she had, she was at the time Victoria came, Alyssa was having partial placenta previa and partial placenta abruption. So part of it was trying to tear away, huh? Accreta. Accreta. No, I know it wasn't the reason. I'm just saying you were having that. There's a reason I'm telling this story right now. So she had accreta, not previa, accreta and abruption. So part of it was digging into the uterine wall, and part of it was trying to pull away. And like literally, guys, so they did the C-section. Okay, trigger warning. And they have her whole uterus like up, like I can see everything. And her doctor was like almost like scraping it, trying to get this thing off so she doesn't get a hysterectomy that day. And it was insane. Number one, her doctor's a freaking rock star. I will absolutely say that. Her doctor's amazing. And that's not even the only reason why. But like, so Alyssa had like that. She had to go through that. Then she got 5 days in the thing, you know, like a really big, like a good size C-section. And then we had to drive, what was like 20 something miles a day, like every day with you having those. Yeah, it was rough for her. Like what she went through was like, I'll tell you, there's no man that could go through what she went through. I can tell you that right now. And she doesn't even get any real drugs for it after it happened. They're like, oh, here's an Advil.
So yeah,
not even extra strength, regular Advil.
There's a couple of things I would bring up is, well, that for those who don't know our birth story, that was a major part and why I had the emergency C-section, but that was not the reason. There was another much bigger medical issue going on with Victoria, and that, well, not with Victoria, with my body that could hurt Victoria. So that was the reason they took her. And the worst, like, man, like, I don't know if I'm just like sensitive. I think I have a decent pain tolerance, but after a C-section, like laughing or sneezing, you know, like I got 5 days, and luckily the nurses were really nice because I had been in antepartum prior. So the folks in the hospital kind of knew like I was probably going to be a crazy case, and I was. And they called my insurance, and they actually like somehow negotiated the 5 days. They got the absolute max my insurance would pay for it, because Justin's right, it was only supposed to be 3, but given the intensiveness of my C-section, they somehow negotiated 5. So that was awesome. But like Justin's right, like when we left and like having to walk, because this is a pretty big hospital, walking to the car, going to the parking garage, getting home. Oh, that hurts. And so you're like 5 days post a massive abdominal surgery where you barely kept your uterus and you lost a ton of blood. I had a lot of that going on. And like, then you're just like, oh, now I've got to go 30 minutes each way and walk 15 minutes to the NICU and back. It's just, this is why we need mental health.
Yeah.
Because it's so much, like the amount of trauma that is experienced, even in a normal birth. Like moms just, man, we go through so much. Anyway.
To address what somebody's asking, as far as Nicola Bully goes, I will be covering that, possibly starting tonight, more than likely starting tomorrow. I don't really know enough to have a intelligent or worthwhile discussion at the moment. I need to do a little bit more research before I engage in that, but it is something that I will be covering. So if you don't follow me, you might want to, because I think at least I'm pretty good at covering these types of cases. So, by the way, this beer is terrible, but I'm going to drink it because it's open. I don't like it.
That's a good idea, Kelsey. Close parking for C-section moms. Yes, that is an amazing idea. Or even anybody who's just given birth. I mean, I can't compare it to a vaginal birth, but I'm sure that doesn't feel great either.
Yeah. Are we coming back to Georgia? Never. Somebody asked about Tyler Doyle earlier. Here's what I'll say to that. And I'm not trying to sound harsh when I say this. He went overboard in a boat in rough waters. it's recovery, not finding. And so if you have somebody like Nicola Bully out there there is a chance that they are still alive, the attention needs to be put more on cases like that. Because unfortunately, it's very, very sad. The whole situation is very, very sad about him. But I mean, that's one of those situations where he's, yeah. And I know that there are people who have theories. And y'all know that I don't subscribe to the conspiracy theories. Not really. So, excuse me, hiccup. People have theories about everything. So, yes, Olive Garden for the win. I get it.
I do love some breadsticks.
That was on that video earlier. She was like, "Well, I do like Olive Garden," and I'm like, "Yeah, I like it too." So anyways, I'm not trying to be rude about it. I think that it's important. I think what happened to him is tragic, but it's at this point, it's recovery. Unfortunately. There's a lot of things that movement should be made on. Unfortunately, it's a ship that turns slowly. For both of y'all that are typing.
Yeah, but I feel like this is something that we could actually do. Like, go to your level 3 and your NICUs that have babies who are going to be there a long time. Not like your small hospital that's only going to have like a couple of days, but like your Vanderbilt, your St. Thomas, and say, hey, is there any way you could put a couple of parking spaces for?
Yeah, maybe move some of the Porsches away, and the doctors can park somewhere else.
Yeah, like that wouldn't be so bad. I know they have the parking for, like, when you're in labor, you can drop off, like something like that.
Yeah. Or valet. Valet would be good.
Yeah, valet's a great idea.
The place that I went to today, or one of the places I went to today, the offices, it's attached to a hospital in Memphis, and they had valet parking. And you just walk right in.
Miss Ayla's, not at our hospital. There wasn't valet. Maybe at some.
At some there are valet. The one I went to today had valet, but
yeah, not at St. Thomas. Hendersonville has valet. Now that I think about it, when I had to get a surgery.
Well, you know what?
Remember?
St. Thomas might have had valet, but not in the maternity ward.
Oh, thank you. My voice is calming. I feel all wired right now because I'm on something that I'm very passionate about. So, St. Thomas Rutherford. We were at St. Thomas Midtown. That's where Victoria was born.
Yeah.
Maybe they had it just on the other side, but I know you and I would have used valet if they had
1,000%. I would drop you off at the front door, then I would go park typically.
Even still, it was a trek to get back to the NICU.
So I don't know if you were on earlier. I'm going to switch gears real quick. And I told them that if they send me weird shirts, as long as they won't get me banned from TikTok, I'll wear them. And I think I didn't think that through.
You should have said, I did hear that. And you should have maybe thrown in the caveat that it also can't be offensive.
Well, offensive would also get you banned from TikTok.
Well, depending on and yeah, maybe not political, like stuff that's not going to piss somebody off.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't do anything political. Huh?
I mean, we just might want to say that because there are some crazy shirts out there.
Yeah. Like the I'm not gay, but $20 is $20 shirt.
Yeah, there you go. Even though that is your personal motto.
It is my personal motto. That guy earlier today he tried to shoot his shot and he missed. This is Topanga Lawrence on my shirt.
I'm going to get a shirt like that, but with my face on it. Will you wear that?
Will I wear a pro-Trump shirt? I will not wear a pro-Trump shirt or a pro-Biden shirt. I will not wear a political shirt. That's a good point because that's
what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to do like a FJB shirt, and then somebody's going to,
like a what shirt?
Going to get at it.
So yes. You ordered a couple of them. I can't wait for you to get them. It's awesome. So, anyways, so I got a couple more followers on YouTube. I got 30, and I'm up to 3967. So we have a long way to go before we give away a cabin trip, which I'm willing to do. And Instagram didn't get anybody. And the thing is Instagram, the first giveaway for Instagram is going to be at 10,000, and I'm like 1,324 away from that. And then the first giveaway for YouTube is going to be at 5,000, and I'm like a little over 1,000 away from that. So, but I'm not going to be doing the giveaway on TikTok because I already did that. But I will be doing it on those two for what that's worth to y'all.
And I've noticed a few followers pop up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you know, for those of you who are interested in my crazy traumatic birth, I do have some videos. They're probably a little ways back, but I don't post very often. It was before I even really knew how to TikTok, so there's like 7 parts. But for those of you who are interested, that is on there.
Yeah.
I should probably actually redo those.
You should re-record it now that you know. Yeah.
Very inefficient. Huh?
Justin, just face it. Mr. Beast subscription numbers are out of. I don't know what Mr. Beast has, and I'm not trying to go for Mr. Beast numbers, but I think that I could get to probably 75,000 on YouTube. I mean, I think it's gonna take some time, but I think that I could do this. Yes, I'm not Mr. Beast, but yeah, I think that I could realistically get to that. I mean, if I never thought I'd be at like, what am I, 527,000 or 26,000 on here. I never thought that at all. I would never get there. But here I am. So I'm just going to have to like keep trying to get y'all to come over here. So it's just going to take time. And that's okay. Do I have anyone working for me? I do not have anyone working for me. Funny enough, though, I basically... I want to talk about that. I don't think there's anything new on that. I'm actually meeting tomorrow with virtual meeting first with a company that does handle like social media creators, and we'll see what comes of that. The Doreen Maloney thing, or Moroney. Let's see if there's any new information on that. I haven't heard anything. There are no news. I haven't seen anything new on it. This is Topanga Lawrence on my t-shirt, guys. So, no, thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like YouTube too. Then I can also do longer stories on YouTube, and I love the lives on YouTube because I can actually pop stuff up. So every once in a while, I'm gonna start doing like a YouTube only live. I think and we'll just chat on YouTube and talk about some stuff. That'll just maybe encourage people. So, anyway, is it just me or is it very hot up here?
No, I'm okay.
I will wear a Swiftie shirt once. I might modify it though. Well, thank you, Rebecca.
You could gift it to Kaylee when you were done.
Nope, not going to do that. I'm not going to support Kaylee in that endeavor. I don't like this beer. I'm still drinking it.
Well, you don't have to.
It's got a cool can, though. Look at the can. See? It's cool.
It's a very cool can.
That's why I picked it. I was like, oh, this is a cool can. It's supposed to be a Pilsner, but it's got the aftertaste of an IPA, and I hate IPAs. Okay, I will check my messages on Instagram. I have a lot of messages to check on Instagram, too. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube. I appreciate it. Sincerely. I'm trying to pimp it out. Now I'm at 3968 thanks to you. Thank you.
Nice.
Yay. I'm almost to 4,000. I'll be very excited about 4,000. Well, these are actually all from our advent calendar that we just, I don't know.
Yeah. This year advent calendar is like, it's kind of sad. Hopefully next year we get to, do that like we normally do with your your followers.
Yeah, Idaho kind of overtook that, and I felt weird. I felt weird doing, fun advent calendars around, and then immediately do like murder videos.
Yeah, it didn't feel right.
Abby, what did you miss? You missed literally everything. Like, we've been on for a while. How long have we been on? We've been on for an hour and a half. I've been on for an hour and a half, and you have missed everything because we're probably going to go here in like a minute. What I want to do, I think we need to figure it out. Maybe we can start it tomorrow or this weekend or something after Victoria goes to bed. Maybe we got to stream TikTok only. I would totally wear a shirt with her face on. I have no problem doing that. People have thought that she was Topanga before. So I would totally do that. But maybe we can figure out a way to stream the HBO Murdoch thing to get people caught up. That might not be a bad thing for us to attempt to do. It's okay, Abby. We still love you.
Too bad it's so close to Valentine's Day, because I would get you that, even though we don't get each other presents for Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah,
I would get you clothing with my face on.
I mean, you can still do that though. Tammy asked about the Doreen Maroney thing. So Doreen Maroney is a woman in Indiana. She's a nurse. I believe her nursing license is in Florida. She is what I would consider to be a domestic terrorist. And I did a video on this. You can go back and see it. I know Tiziant did a video on it. Some other creators did videos on it. But this is a woman that is literally calling people to arms to go fight Jewish people, to go basically unalive Jewish people. That is what she is doing. So we did a video on it. Baxter's made a weird noise.
What?
I don't know. Baxter's a strange dog.
Is he okay?
He's fine. He's right here now. See? He's fine.
Okay.
He's fine. Anyway, so I made a video about it. I made tips to the FBI about it. From what I heard, they haven't done anything. There was also another creator. I showed a list of this today. His name was Felix something, and he had a nose ring that made it look like he had an Adolf stash. But on his jacket, he actually had like an Iron Eagle and stuff. I think his account is banned at this point. I am 50% Jewish, and Victoria 25%, and it is horrifying to me also. And on top of that, I don't support bigotry at all. So yeah, I have a very big problem with it myself. So it's been problematic. So that's who that is, and that other creator. Even else's caddy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's been a while then. Anyways, I think I'm tired. It's been a long day.
Yeah. Yes, it has.
And hello, Mr. Petito. Joe just came in live. If you want to say hi, you can.
Hi, Mr. Petito.
It's late where he is. Yeah, it's a horrible thing. That type of hatred and bigotry. There's no place for it I think in the world anymore.
It's just amazing how backwards we've gone in recent years with so many things, but in particular the anti-Semitism. It's crazy.
Yes, she did. It was a bigger creator or a small creator that did it, and she was very excited that that it got more traction because it is a problem. Unfortunately, there's been a big target, on certain groups' backs lately, and Kanye West unfortunately made people think anti-Semitism was okay. So. And it's not. So a lot of people, it's a challenge.
It is.
Yes, I agree with that statement, Tammy. Kanye West is exactly that.
He is not a good human, it would seem.
The sad thing about it, though, is that he actually like has great music, but now I can't listen to it anymore. But another one with mental health issues, yes. But here's the thing that I'll say about that. Yes, 100%, he has mental health issues. Mental health issues don't make you racist.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Mental health issues can make you do stupid things, but they don't make you racist. Just like Ambien doesn't make you racist, aka Roseanne Barr. But he does, I agree, he has mental health issues for sure, 100%. And he should get those addressed. And maybe learn to not be racist. I don't know. People can change. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm. They can.
People can. They just have to be. They have to be open to it and willing to learn. Yeah, he could be a lost cause. All right. Well, I think we've run out of things to talk about. So I will come help you finish up that room, and then I really want to go to bed. I am very tired.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a huge chunk of it done, but there's still some left.
Yeah, I will come help you. All right, everybody. Have a great night. If you don't follow me on YouTube and Insta, please consider doing so. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a giveaway or contest thing on there in the not terribly distant future. Once, like I said, Instagram hits 10,000, which is not far off, and once YouTube hits 5,000, the instructions for that contest will only be on those two platforms, and there will be two contests, one for each platform. So if you follow on both, you have two chances to win. So make sure to do that. And what else was I going to say? I think that's all I got for tonight. I will start covering Nicola Bully, though.
Thank you guys for, again, another great conversation. Give me a follow if you'd like. One day, I promise I'm going to start doing videos too, maybe when Victoria's older, but we'll get there. But as always, thank you guys so much for such good combos.
Yep, absolutely. All right, y'all have a great night, and we will